Hey everybody, this is Arturo Aguirre again, back with a new video. In this video, I recorded the process of this poster I did of a parody of Avengers Age of Ultron in the Cockfighter Club universe. Here I'm showing you the process I followed. This is the sketch, the very first sketch that I did, working out the different poses and the general composition. This is a more refined sketch. Again, working in layers. This helps out define and work out all the kinks. And this last image shows the different tilts and angles that I tried to work into the composition to draw your interest and lead the eye around. And here is where I'm showing you the process of the line artwork for all of these characters. I started a little late recording. I apologize for that. That's why you see some of Thor and most of Hulk done already, because I was working on it and I didn't have much time. I hadn't seen the movie yet, and I wanted to have it ready for the Comic-Con we had here in Guatemala, and so I did it in my free time, and I took like an hour here and there to work on this thing, and that's why I worked in this particular process. Anyway, I also wanted to take the opportunity to talk about the movie in and of itself. I'm a huge movie fan ever since I was a kid, and this movie came out, what was it, April 30th in my country, which was significantly late compared to other countries, or like a week or 15 days after other countries, and which was a bit of a bummer, because you kept seeing reviews coming out and people complaining that it's not as good as the first one and blah blah blah. And I was thinking, yeah, it's never gonna be as good as the first one. But the reviews or their opinions were kind of I don't know, making me a little worried about what the movie was gonna be like. And it came out on a Thursday, and I went early in the morning with my wife. I was like, baby, I'd like to go to this early showing, and she came with me, which was a really fun experience. I had a great time with her. And anywho, the overall movie, I really liked it a lot. I mean, I'm really easy to please in that sense that I just wanted to see the Avengers avenging, as basically, you know, like I wanted to see them doing those cooperative things, these crazy action sequences, all that little banter, cool characters and cool action scenes. I mean, that's what I wanted. That's what I got, and I'm really happy with it. I've seen it twice. I went with a friend last week, and I enjoyed it even more the second time, because there's so much happening in the movie that it's not easy to get it all in one sitting. It wasn't for me anyways. And I saw it in 3D the first time, and I really hate, maybe I don't hate it, I just don't enjoy 3D at all. I don't see the 3D, it's not impressive to me. I just don't enjoy it at all. It's more of a nuisance than something that enhances the viewing. But the second time I saw it in 2D, which was better. I enjoyed that more. Anyways, I thought that all the characters were served well. I wasn't at the beginning. The first time I saw it, I was like, well, I didn't really like Ultron as a character. I saw him as a missed opportunity. it says the Age of Ultron, but it's more like the week of Ultron or the few days of Ultron. I don't know. In that sense, I guess they could have been more aggressive, more show more peril. Yes, the guy wanted to destroy the planet so that the strong would survive or whatever. And that's always going to be the problem in a movie like The Avengers, where you have so many heroes. You want the threat to be significant. I mean, the world is always going to be in peril. In the first one, it was New York City, which is not necessarily the world, but a whole city is a big deal. But on the second movie, they made it the whole planet, because Ultron wanted like an extinction level event, and that's always going to be a problem, because how do you push it further? How do you raise the stakes even higher? How, if it's not, because it's not like he was going to destroy the country of Sokovia. He was going to use the small town to make a meteor and destroy the planet. And I guess maybe a country would have been easier in that sense. I don't know, but I really like it. I mean, it was really fun. The new characters were really cool too. I really liked Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. I liked Scarlet Witch more. Vision was really cool. Initially I thought that he was like a CG character, because all the great special effects that they can do nowadays. I thought that he was just wearing those, like Davy Jones in the Pirates of the Caribbean, where he's just wearing basically those gray pajamas with dots all over his face, and they put the makeup or the Davy Jones character on top. But no, this was all makeup, and it was really cool. That's a really cool character, and it had the same effect as the Hulk in Avengers 1. I mean, that's why everybody likes the Hulk and everybody liked Vision in this movie. Yeah, he's a cool character, but we didn't see much of him in the trailers. And this was a new thing for me, because I just saw the teaser trailer, the first teaser trailer that came out, and I made a conscious effort not to watch any of the second trailer or the third trailer or all the TV spots or the featurettes or the this and that. They show way too much, way too much nowadays in these videos or in these marketing videos, that it really takes the fun out of being in the movies. That's why I enjoyed it so much, that I didn't see that much already, so I was really surprised. And it was hard, believe me, because that's something that I enjoy looking at a lot. I follow movie news and all those topics like daily. I go into these websites to find out what's new, what's coming up, and it was really hard, but it paid off. Like I said, I really enjoyed the movie, and I really liked the movie in the second viewing. Yes, it's not perfect, but nobody's done this before. I mean, you can keep complaining and talk about, it was too serious, I enjoyed the first one better. I mean, that's fine. But when Justice League comes out or whatever, when anybody else is doing these massive group hero movies, and I'm not talking about the X-Men or whatever, because they're all mutants, they're all the same type of hero, if you want to think of it that way, but it's not the same thing. It's really not. And yes, you're serving a lot of characters and whatever, but this is a whole different beast. You can only compare it to the Justice League, and we haven't really seen anything from DC. I mean, I'd love for these movies to be great, all of them. I mean, I enjoy Man of Steel, and it's not the best movie ever, but it's the best Superman action that I've ever seen. So that's, I'm really easy to please in that sense. I'm really shallow, and I just want to see cool action scenes and some fun characters. Anywho, this was in regards to the artwork. This one took the longest time because I was figuring out how his armor was going to look as I was drawing it. I didn't really plan out too much, but you try to, like I mentioned before, when I do these parodies, I bring in the triangle design element, and I try to spread it all over the character as much as I can, because it ties all these characters together when they all have this single element going through them in different aspects of their costume and their design. Yes, you have, obviously they're all roosters. They have the tails, the beaks, the quiffs, the waddles, and but in and of themselves, their costumes have to say something like look like feathers, or have some different elements that remind you of the original armor or whatever, and then brings it into the whole Cockfighter Club universe that ties it into that. And I use the triangles to do that. That's why I enjoy these parody pieces so much. It's a fun problem to solve. Like I said, I enjoy these movies. I enjoy a lot of pop culture, and I use it as a vehicle to practice and to pay homage to all these things that I really enjoy. But like I said, it's difficult, but it's the most fun kind of difficult, and I love working on these things. The brush that I'm using, I mentioned in another video that I have how to make it. It takes a lot of cleaning up, but it's real fun to use. I mean, because you have a lot of residue lines, or those stroke lines that go a little too far, so you have to work back in with an eraser. But it looks great. I mean, I really like how it came out. I'm not showing you the complete process of the line artwork, because that would have taken way too long. And like I said, I'm figuring out things as I go. You can see it for the most part in all the characters that I do the final line art for, that I still change things up here and there, working in the design on one side, then mirroring it on the other. It takes some time. And now Hawkeye, which this character basically stole the show for a lot of people in the movie, and I thought it was cool. I mean, the actor wasn't happy with how his character was presented in the first movie, and he made his feelings known to everybody. I mean, it was a common knowledge. So the director listened, and he serviced him pretty well. I mean, for the kind of character he is. I mean, he's just a guy with a bow and arrow, like he said. It's a silly concept, but by humanizing him even more, by showing him that he's a family guy, you care about him more. I mean, you show that he's just one of us, you know, but he's got these special skills that, yeah, he's a badass with a bow and arrow, but you also care about him. You want him to make it through. You want him, yes, he's fighting against a lot of odds, but he's working through it, and that's why when he's almost killed by Ultron, and when he's in the Quinjet, everybody's like, "Oh no!" But oh, sorry, spoilers. Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen it, I mean, this video is pretty late already, so most of you have already seen it. If you haven't, stop watching now and go watch the movie. It's pretty cool. And so, anyways, back to the spoilery bit. When he's almost killed by Ultron and Quicksilver bites the bullet, it has a different meaning, a different weight. If we didn't know that he had a family with 2 kids and one on the way, and if he wasn't that sympathetic of a character, we would have been like, oh well, so much for him. I mean, he wasn't that much of a help anyways. But since they humanized him even more, it made it that much more effective, I think, which was really cool. Again, working in the design as I'm going in. There's always time to erase, you know. There's always time to figure things out. And always work in different layers, work the line art. That's the great thing about working digitally. Here's the final line art version of the characters. This was loads of fun. It took a long time, but it was a lot of fun. Afterward, I did the whole base color section. I'm showing you a bit of the process that I used. I selected all the negative space around the characters, and once I have that all in, I invert the selection and fill it up with uncontracted. Actually, you can go to modify, contract, and you contract it by 2 pixels. That way the base colors are below the line art, and fill it in with a single color. Then you lock transparency. Oh, fill in the background. Then showing you the process with Hulk of how to go about the base colors. You just make the selection, modify, expand, pick your color. And here I did it on the base gray color, which I would recommend. Make a new layer and attach it to your original layer. The way you do that is you go between the layers and you hold Alt, and that'll parent the or that'll, I don't know what you call it, tie in your layer to the base gray layer, and the colors won't go over the edges or anything. But it's basically the same process all over, and you do a little bit by hand, cleaning up here and there. But you do selection, expand, fill it in. Selection, expand, fill it in. And for each character, I created for each of the other characters, I should say, I created a new layer. That way, when you're shading, and you don't want to shade all over the other characters or everything you've done, it's safer that way. Here are the base colors. I still made some modifications here and there to the base colors before I went to shading. I added some of the special effects, like the blue streak that Quicksilver leaves when he runs. Here I'm showing some of the shading process. It's the same process I used in other videos, which is the selection tool, and on a new layer on top of all the base color layers, That way it affects all the colors equally. You set it to soft light at 100%, and it's as you can see on the left, where the color, it's purple. It's a desaturated purple. You can see that the foreground color. Maybe I start with the shadows, then go in with the highlights. Like I said, this process is one I've used in other videos. You can go over those, where I go in a little bit more detail of how the painting or the shading is done. This process takes a while too, but it's pretty fun as well. I love how the design of the shield came out. I always want to do something a little bit different, and this one's different from the first Avengers parody I did, which was pretty cool. Here I'm showing you some of the work I did for the effects. On top of everything, you go with the lasso tool, and you go all jittery and shaky hand, and trying to create some of the natural look of lightning. So you make the selection, holding shift, you can keep adding some more of those lightning bolts, working in your final design, and fill it in with white. Add a bit more detail here and there, make it look more lightning-y. And yes, this lightning bit grabs your attention. I mean, it brings you in, but it also works as a frame for the rest of the attention. It leads your eye. I mean, it works. I work it to lead your eye to Ultron, to frame Scarlet Witch, to frame Vision, to frame, and yet not really interrupt the whole piece. Here I added in the layer style effects an inner glow and an outer glow. You can skip the whole inner glow thing, but the outer glow, it really makes the lightning pop. Try playing with the layer styles till you get the effect you want. You said it's a linear dodge add to add like a bloom to the light. Makes things shinier. Anyway, this is the final image. I hope you liked this video. I had a lot of fun making it. If you haven't seen the movie, go watch it, and stay tuned for more parody videos or more videos in general. Alright? Keep creating and keep creative. Bye-bye.